I have to fill, decorate, and deliver this cake to New York City in less than 24 hours. I've got 18 pounds of buttercream and a freaking dream to get this done in time. There's a lot to do, and the first thing we're gonna do is stack and fill these cakes, all right? I have marble cake layers for all of the tiers. The first tier is an 8-inch marble cake. It's gonna be 4 layers, so it's tall, so when I serve the cake, each serving will get 2 layers. In the center of the cake, we have a luscious Biscoff filling. And then I did a vanilla buttercream throughout and for the crumb coat. Got that done, put it in the fridge so it can set, so I can frost it in a little while, and then I started on the second tier. Proportions-wise, when you look at the cake, I don't want the second tier to be the same height as the first tier, so I did a 3-layer. I did add Biscoff filling to that one as well, and then for the top tier, I just did the vanilla buttercream and marble cake, just in case there's anyone that doesn't like Biscoff. I like to let my cakes chill in the fridge for at least 30 minutes before frosting, so I made some lattes for myself and my assistant. Pookie came out to grace us with his presence. Once I had some caffeine in me, I was ready to start coloring the buttercream that was going to be used for the outside of the cake. And yes, okay, I am color matching Cassie's cookbook. You guys are way too good at guessing. You got this so freaking quick. I cannot even explain the excitement I felt when I was asked to do the cake for this launch party. Cassie had a very broad idea of what she wanted for the cake design, so we came together. I took her requests and also the look of her invitation for this party, and I came up with the design. She specifically said she wanted red and pink to match the cover of her book, and she wanted it to be simple but not too plain. I sent her 3 design options. She picked one. She had one request, which was to add the border of her cookbook to it, so we went ahead and did the entire outside in this really beautiful pink. And then I took that pink, added a touch of red dye, did the microwave method, and got this beautiful deep red. And the first thing I have to start with is actually the border that she wanted added to the design. I had to do a reverse template method for this because there's so many holes throughout the border that it would be impossible for me to place all of those properly. So I put some red buttercream down, added the template over that, put some pink over that, and then I was able to peel the template off, and you're left with that border imprint. It is time consuming, but it's worth every second. Okay, now I'm adding some red buttercream into some piping bags because I'm going to be doing some buttercream transfers along with some freehand drawing. So the invitation for this party had a lot of fine line floral sketches, and it really inspired me with the cake design. So I decided to do some buttercream transfers of some fine line floral prints. I really liked doing this. It kind of felt like I was adding tattoo templates all over the cake, which is really fun because Cassie also has a lot of tattoos that mean a lot to her. I did draw some inspiration also from one of her tattoos. She has some koi fish, which I thought would be a really beautiful inclusion. I went back and forth for 2 seconds between if I wanted raw buttercream edges or sharp lines, and I ultimately decided on sharp lines. It just looks a lot cleaner. So I got my edges cleaned up. I added all of my dowels because, again, I am going to be stacking this cake. And then I do like to put parchment between each of my stacked tiers because I don't want the cake board touching the raw cake. You know what I'm saying? I added some more of those buttercream transfers to the middle tier, and then I cleaned up the edges on my 3rd tier. And at this point, I'm like, okay, I can definitely freehand some of these fine line drawings. So I go in, I add all of the fine details to the buttercream transfers that I've already done, and then I started to add some freehand roses. My concentration phase, James. I did some large roses, some leads, some flower buds. I just wanted a little bit more variety because the transfers I was doing were going to be on all 3 tiers. I went in and added a couple more koi fish. I just really like how they look throughout the floral design.